So the best way to export any artwork of multiple canvas sizes in Illustrator is again by going to the file. You can go export for screens, and then this is where you can actually pick and choose which artboards you want to export within this export. You can see that the export for screens gives you a few options for the range, if you want to include bleed, and where you want to export this. Say for example you want to export these as PNGs, and you want to also add in PDF option to send to someone else. That's what you can do. We can choose to export this to the desktop. I reckon we'll just choose the desktop. Yep. And then then we can just go export artboard, and we're going to leave artboard 1 in this instance. So we're just going to export that. So it's going to export 6 times. So hopefully this should export. There you go. So you've got all those artboards there. And that's an Instagram story and 1000 by 1000. And then you've got all 3 artboards here as well as PDFs. And these are all pretty much true to size as well. If we control click or we get info, we're going to see the resolution. It's not going to really tell us what the resolution is. Anyway, regardless, we know that when we've created the artwork with our artboards that we've got a 1920 high by 1080 wide artboard, so that will export that true to size. There's another way you can do this with high quality. If you go export and export as, this way you say, for example, you can just save it in the same folder, and we'll save it as high quality JPEGs, and we'll export all artboards. And we'll just go use artboards. In this instance, we'll go RGB with a maximum file quality and use 300 pixels per inch, so it will be quite a high resolution artwork. So we'll export that and see how that sort of appears as well. These will likely be a higher resolution of an image, but the sizing will stay the same. There are videos out there to explain how Illustrator exports different dimensions and calculates it, but this is probably the easiest, most straightforward way to understand it. And there you go, there's your JPEGs, which are quite clear as well. Yeah, so there's a bit more crispness to these images and not as blurry as the other ones. But yeah, this is kind of how you export these as different size. You can also export them as say for web, but this way you'll just export them individually according to size. So if you want to do them individually, you can do them this way and resize them accordingly also. Okay, so yeah, it's always good to organize your artwork into one file but different artboards if you need to export them at different moments in time. It helps making the artwork a bit easier as well. So always set up your file this way, it makes it heaps easier. Okay, let me know if you got questions.